What's going on, YouTube? This is Long Lever bringing you a Patriot alert today. If you are not aware, there's some pretty danging stuff going on in California. Um, there's this company called Ares Armor. It's like a tactical shop that sells 80% lowers. I was first introduced to this company by Nut and Fancy. He did about a 40-minute video on what's been going on with them in the news recently and with law enforcement, and just kind of a Q&A, walking around the shop, talking to the owner and stuff like that. So what's basically been going on with this gun shop in California recently is they have a sign that's on top of their building that shows an AR and advertising 80% lowers. They've been going through some legal issues with having that sign on top of their store. Even though it breaks no ordinances, they've been targeted by local governments and local law enforcement requesting that they take it down, but that is not the issue today. I believe it was on the 12th or 13th. You can read the article and find out. The BATFI or ATF requested that they turn over around 6,000 to 80% lowers. Now, according to the law right now, an 80% lower is not a firearm. It does not need to be serialized because it is not a complete lower. It still has the plastic pieces inserted, and by drilling them out, you can create a lower that will accept all the pins and springs and necessary equipment to make it a functioning lower. For some odd reason, these 80% lowers were designated illegal by the ATF in California. A side note, there is a bill, which is HR 2910, which we'll be going over here in a second, that will make those illegal in the future for California, but that is going to be talked about in a second. So for some odd reason, these 80% lowers were deemed illegal by the ATF. They requested that Ares Arms turn over all of the 80% lowers, which they ended up doing, I believe, on the 13th, which was a Wednesday, if that's correct. I'm not entirely sure. But on the 13th, they requested that they turn them all over, which they did. During that meeting between ATF and the owner, they also requested that they turn over some 5,000 to 6,000 records of who had bought these 80% lowers in the past. Ares Armor told them to basically bite it and go away. And the ATF didn't like that very much, in which the Ares Arms blocked an attempt to take these forms of who had bought what. Ares Armor then went to a court, got a restraining order against the ATF, and I believe it was either this morning. I believe it was this morning, Saturday the 16th. The ATF did a no-knock raid, broke into their arms shop there, and basically stole the paperwork of who had bought what these last couple of years. Now, there's a couple of problems here. I have two websites. I don't like to trust these websites that I've never heard of. I'd like to go with more of like a Fox News or New York Times. These little websites I always have to look at and make sure that they're not crazy, which I'm not too familiar with this one, but it seems like this information is only on this type of website. I do have a secondary one from dailymail.co.uk, which, if you know anything about this, is your standard Obama-loving, puking out liberalism crap. So there's a few things I don't understand is why 80% lowers, why they were designated illegal. As far as I know, and through all the laws I've been reading, which this is AresArmor.com. This is their frequently asked questions about their 80% legals, 80% lowers. They should be legal. I don't understand why these 6,000 that were turned over were deemed illegal. There is no law that says that they are a firearm, according to the Gun Control Act of 1968. The second problem is, of course, with the ATF conducting a no-knock raid for illegal firearms. The ATF themselves said that they knew that they are not firearms, yet still raided the company for illegal firearms. None of this makes sense for some crazy reason. So come here, look at this website. I've got it right here. I'll have a link down below. There is a short 1.5-minute video or so from Ares Arms showing the ATF inside their store and also showing their door being broken open, likely by one of the tactical crowbars that SWAT teams carry around, and shows that the door is actually broken. They pulled apart the metal frame to get inside when there was no, the business owner was not on site, nor were any employees. Where to go from here? You can read this. This is more pro. This is pro problem, so they're supporting Ares Arms. Like I said before, this Daily Co. They're freaking British, so they hate guns. This one is anti-gun, and this one, if you look at this, sold thousands of plastic 80% lowers. It contradicts itself. It says that it's legal to sell 80% lowers up here in the top, and then down here it says that they were selling 80% lowers that were illegal. So I don't know why 180% was legal and 180% was not. It doesn't really make sense, or I guess it says it down here. But it is not illegal to have a unserialized 80% lower that you make in your own. That Gun Act of 1968 allows you to make your own firearms for own personal use. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'll have all three of these links down below. The pro-gun, the anti-gun, and then Ares Armor themselves. And then I will also have these. This is the... I thought this was the restraining order, but it actually appears to be the search warrant, which the ATF got, because it talks about what's going on with the case. And then this is that law that I was talking about before, which California is trying to get passed. It will make 80% lowers a hazardous product, and will make 80% lowers illegal for sale. It will also make, in any case, 80% lower will be illegal to sell, even online or any import or anything like that. It'll also make assault weapon parts kits, which are full part kits, not like replacements, pins, and springs and stuff like that. This is the full parts kit. Basically, you buy this, put everything together in the kit, and it makes a gun. This is interesting. Read this. A lot of this is unconstitutional, which, it's California, so you'd expect that. But read this bill and figure out for yourself what's going on here. But this is a short video that kind of turned long about what's been going on in California. We want to make sure that we support these guys. This company seems like it's a great company. As you can see here, yeah, temporary restraining order was on the 12th, and that was violated by the ATF. So let's talk about that real quick. So what has the ATF done? The ATF has violated the 4th Amendment, which protects you against unreasonable search and seizure. They are selling legal 80% lowers, and the ATF rating them is illegal, and it is unreasonable. If they were selling actual fully completed lowers that were unserialized, that would be illegal. But because they are 80%, they are not illegal, and therefore it is an illegal search and seizure of information. If you have purchased any 80% lowers from this company in the past, I would basically take the loss of the $80 or so, burn the receiver, and pretend like it never existed, and then buy one from somewhere else. Because even though the ATF has taken the paperwork, and Ares Arms has requested that the paperwork be returned, they're going to write down names, and we all know that. They're going to write down who has what, and then return them and say, hey, we don't know what's going on. So everybody that's bought a unserialized lower is on the record now. So take the loss, burn it, and go buy from somewhere else. That is my advice, because the government now knows that you have an unlicensed gun, even though it's totally legal. and they will come for it. So yeah, that's basically it. Come here, read about what's going on, know what's going on, support Ares Arms, keep them in your prayers, keep fighting the good fight, and yeah, we gotta stand up for it. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check out my other videos, and I'm hopefully going to do more of these soon. Hopefully just not as long. So thanks for watching. This is Long Lever, signing out.